Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to do a project to learn about radial balance. Radial balance is the design principle that's concerned with making a work of art where you position the art elements around a central point. So this is an example of radial balance. It is a stained glass window from a cathedral in France, a very famous cathedral called Chartres, that's known to have the most beautiful stained glass windows. And in this stained glass window, you can see the design is going around this central point. This is another example of radial balance. This is what we're going to be doing. This is a sand mandala that is made by Tibetan monks, and it symbolizes the transitory nature of life, and all of these sand mandalas include a circle, because a circle is the symbol of the wholeness of life and the wholeness of the world. So it's very important to have a circle in your mandala design. And this mandala, as you can see, is designed also around a central point. And this was just, I think it's always sort of fun to throw in a personal touch. My daughter and I were walking through Union Square in New York one day, and we saw this man. You see a lot of musicians and people like that there, but this man was making art, and he was making a huge sand mandala. He had started like from the middle and was just creating his design around and around, making it symmetrical really on 4 main sides, which is how it's done. And here's an example of the mandala that you're going to make. Okay? So to start with, you're going to get a little piece of a board, here we go, like this, and you have to find the center of that board. So you do that by using a pencil and drawing an X. Okay. And actually, before we really get started, sorry, you have to write your name on the back. Okay. All right, now that I know where the center of my mandala is, I can take my compass and draw the all-important circle. Okay, this circle can be any way you like it to be. It can be big, it can be small. I'm going to make mine sort of in the middle, like that. Drag it around. And then I'm going to proceed to make a design that is the same on all 4 sides. Okay, so I think I'm going to use this shape. Actually, I don't like that shape very much. I like this plus shape. And then I think I'll use this round shape in the corners. That's pretty cool. And I'll line it up like this. Okay. Now you don't want to make your design too complicated because you're going to be cutting it out with an X-Acto knife. And you also don't have to cut out every single little shape. And I think I can do one more shape in the middle. I'll just do like a little triangle like that. Boy, and that's about as complex as it gets. That's almost like the way the Tibetan monks do it, huh? But we're going to make the decisions. We're not going to cut out every single little shape. Okay. Like, we're going to erase this. So what we have is the triangle. Okay. And we certainly don't have to divide this in half. So I'm going to do this. I might keep this. I'm not going to divide it in half. But I might keep that sort of little mushroom shape. So you can make choices. And you can even make choices as you're cutting. Okay? You don't have to make it so much in the beginning. All right, so now pick up your X-Acto knife and cut along the lines. And it's best to try to cut out colors that are going to be the same. And the mandala needs to be symmetrical on 4 sides according to shape, all right? But not according to color, okay? You may apply the color so that it's symmetrical, which means the same on 2 sides. So once you've cut it, and this will be hard in the beginning, getting this first couple pieces up. There we go. But once you get started, and you should start from the middle and go out. Okay. But the more you cut, the easier it gets. Whoopsie! Flying sand. Okay, so I'm going to go like this and press it down just a little bit to make sure it's really there. Okay? And then pour this back in. And do be considerate of everybody at your table. Okay? So what you're going to do is just go along like this. And I am not going to waste your time by doing this whole thing. I'll just do these 2 more shapes. Okay. And as you can see, it does get easier. The more you cut, the easier it is to take the paper away, because the paper is freer on more sides. I'll use some green now, because as I said, so this way it can be symmetrical with color, but it has to be radial with shape. And I'll pour this back in here. All right, so that is the beginning, and here is the finished one. Okay, so I just kept cutting and adding yellow, orange, red, and then a black background. Okay, so that is the project. Have fun and learn about making sand art and radial balance.